There's a great TED talk entitled The Science of Cells That Never Get Old. In this talk, a scientist called Elizabeth Blackburn recounts how she started off her research career in studying pond scum. You know, that yucky, slippy, slimy stuff found at the edge of ponds. Now, in her studying this pond scum, she came across an organism called a tetramina. Now, the fascinating thing she found was that the cells of this organism actually never got old. Mind-blowing. This was a mind-blowing find. More interesting and totally useful for humans to know was that this built-in immortality within the cells was much more to do, she found, with the telomeres at the end of the chromosomes within this organism. Without getting biologically technical, if you think of the long chain chromosomes in our body as being the essence of life, if you think of them as shoestrings, well then these things called telomeres are like the little bits of plastic at the end of the shoestrings that stop them fraying and falling apart. The big data relating to pond scum showed that the lack of aging within this organism was to do with the fact that the telomeres in this life form didn't get shorter with time. The upshot is that Blackburn eventually transferred this research across to applications within humans. And in humans, we've only recently realized that this thing we have called aging is primarily defined as the destruction of those telomeres at the end of the chromosomes. If we find a way to maintain the quality of our telomeres, the shoestrings that are our chromosomes, then immortality, or at least the considerable extension of lifespan for humans, is currently well within our grasp. She and her colleague, Carol Greder, won the Nobel Prize for this work. You see, that's what big data does. It brings a new context to the unstructured data around us in a way that could have utility in a completely unrelated field. You might be looking for one particular thing in the data only to discover that it's yielded an answer to something completely somewhere else.